Beautiful early fall day here at the gun range that I come up to in the National Forest. What I wanted to talk to today about is this Versacarry um, holster. I liked the idea, because being a versatile carrier, that it would actually hold um, that while I'm at the range and I want to swap between my P10C, which is a compact, and my subcompact, my Walther PPS M2. I like the idea that I have one holster on my belt um, that I can swap guns between. So the good and the bad on this holster. The good is it's actually quite beautiful. They did some wonderful tanning on this. It's got some nice coloration to it. It's already got kind of an aged feel to it. They did these slots. These slots aren't just for looks. They help the holster shape to the gun more readily. This allows for the trigger guard shape in here and just to stretch out. So it is beautiful. The stitching is straight. There's no misstitching. It is well constructed for the most part. Couple of concerns construction-wise. The big one I have is right here where these stress points are at both ends of the holster. They didn't do any kind of back tacking or rivet here. So over time, as your gun comes in and out, it's a stress point. And they didn't double stitch it or what's called back tacking, where they kind of come back around and give it an extra little stitch there. Like you'll notice on jeans at stress points, they put a rivet at the corner of your pockets, that type of thing. The other thing about this holster that bothers me a little bit, and this won't affect everybody, but it will affect people that have the P10C. The PPS works out fine. These are clear, by the way. So this actually slides in there quite nicely. But the thing about it is that it can actually go in very, very far, which whoops, sorry about that. So this actually goes in quite nicely. But it allows it to go in far enough that you can't get a good purchase on this, even with the magazine in here. You cannot get a good purchase on this. So you're almost tempted to leave it sticking out slightly. So that way you can get a good purchase on this. But with that, your magazine release is exposed. So you have a potential, and on both sides, the magazine is released if you leave it proud a little bit, and part of your trigger guard's exposed. So that's kind of the downside to this, is that if you were to seat it fully, so your trigger guard's fully protected, there is no cutout here to allow you to get a good purchase on your gun for drawing. So it is a fashionable holster, but definitely not tactile in any way. Now on the P10C, this guy here, what I have found with this is this notched trigger guard. And there are a couple different style guns out here that have this. That has a tendency to catch right there. And so you're really kind of fighting with it to get it holstered. So you almost have to fight with it. Now in this case here, because it's longer, it does stick a little proud here. The trigger guard does come down to the first cut. This does leave a little bit of more, a cut here at the trigger guard, so you can get a better purchase on your gun. But the magazine release is still slightly exposed on both sides, so that is a potential problem. The other thing about this that I don't care for is when you holster this. Let's see if I can get a gun on this. This is clear, by the way. So when this is in here, that leather will end up polishing the edges of your sight, your front sight. So you will get a shiny edge over time with that. There is no dedicated channel here for the sights to go down. So if you were to have a threaded barrel with the taller sights, you would definitely have a problem with on the P10C of that sight catching, because the threaded pipe has the taller for the suppressor. You'd end up polishing that over time. And then for this, you can't get that in there without really kind of fighting with it. Who wants to really kind of fight their gun on their hip, getting it holstered? It's just, it kind of contradicts the safety aspect of it. But if you have a curved trigger guard like the PPS here, it just slides right on in, no problem. So anyways, that's it. Thought I'd let all of you know.